Well, I'll tell you, first of all, I've never felt more old. Being here, I'm never. The old ladies, as I call them, we have a lot.
That is not what we call you, just for the record.
But that's what we call ourselves. We get into quite a few shenanigans. You're going to see us together not too far after the premiere episode this season. So we definitely join up and see the group as a whole for a lot of the season. So that's going to be exciting for fans who want us all to be together. And it was really fun for us because that's our favorite thing to do, is to just be together.
It's really beautiful the way that it's all shot, because first season was just a lot of chaos, and even just the camera work, everything was really in your face, whereas this season it's very still. There's kind of this emptiness there that visually is just gorgeous, but also eerie, and it's also just, I feel like, resembling on what we're each going through with each of our characters. And there's definitely a lot of chaos that comes our way with these winter storms.
Well, I mean, I think we also we got so used to being outside last year, like it was summertime. So like so much of the stuff we filmed, it was like we were out in the woods and just like out in that like campfire area in front of the cabin. And this year we got very used to having like 15 people packed inside the cabin while we were all wearing 5 layers of clothing. And there was a fire going in the fireplace. So like,
and pretending it was cold the whole time.
Pretending it was freezing cold. And we're like, oh my God, can we just like wipe some of the sweat away? That one scene, I remember like one scene, like you almost passed out and we had to like stop for a second.
I had like ice pack down my jackets one day because I had come in from outside. So I was extra layered in like a hunting jacket, and I'm a sweaty human.
Sprinting
so.
for like a few seconds. Yeah, but it's just a different vibe. It was crazy.
A lot more like disagreement also between the group. I think like first season we're all kind of collaborating and we're kind of moving forward as a group in every decision. And I think now with like the weird little cult situation Lottie has going on, not everyone's a believer. And so there's a lot more fighting amongst each other, I think. A lot more chaos.
I think this year there's a lot of different reactions towards Lottie. Some people I don't know. I think Lottie gets put in this position this year where she's starts it off kind of in a leadership role, whether she wants it or not, or whether other people want it or not. And that kind of brings different tensions and different relationships. And yeah.
And I think that Ben kind of realizes that at the end of last season, he really is, he's out, as the adult in the room. They don't give a shit anymore. And so I think that he kind of shifts into a mode of just finding a way to survive for himself, and he kind of retreats both intentionally and involuntarily, as he's more and more ostracized, and it kind of becomes about how can he get through this on his own without worrying so much about, if all the rest of these stupid girls are going to survive.
Yeah, Ben is like the only one that gives us like a sense of like normalcy and is like the only one that's grounded, I feel.
Yeah, he's almost like a conduit for the audience a little bit.
Well, I think for Travis especially, last year's storyline, Natalie and Travis as a team were like really put together in a lot of situations, and we start there with the season in that same kind of place. But I definitely think that we start to see the divide between them and the divide between everyone, and so Travis starts to feel a little bit more kind of alone, and we start to see more of what he's going through on his own side. Yeah.
And Javi.
Yeah, and we definitely are gonna delve into like, where's Javi? Where?
Missing
Hello?
posters. Little stick figures we've drawn.
Yeah, for Lottie, I think she's kind of just on this roller coaster of the pressures, newfound pressures of leadership and how she's going to take that. And I think there's a big mental journey for her. And kind of finding out who she is and what she can handle. And Yeah, I don't know. Lottie's a confusing one, honestly. She's got a lot going
Still
on.
don't really know how to play her.
Thank you. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Misty's thriving out there. She is, but where we left off is she kind of like started losing some of the power that she was wanting. And I think she started kind of grasping at straws and, was the one pointing out like Jackie's not doing this, like telling on people to try to like stir some stuff up. But the last thing we really see is Misty bowing down with Van while we sacrifice the bear heart to the wilderness with Queen Lottie over here. And so I think she's at this place where it's like, I see power, I'm going to gravitate towards it and see what I can do. And she's definitely going to do some things. Hee 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 hee. Dance, monkey dance.
I was really happy because the writers took such an interesting take on it. I was expecting it to be so like the typical morning period. Morning, is that how you say it? Okay, sorry, I'm French. Yeah, and but they, I know
That's the first one.
it's like my little backup
One
card. And it's just been interesting because can't reveal anything, but she has a very twisted way of coping with what's happened. And I think it's like this, she feels very conflicted about what happened to Jackie because I think there's a lot of guilt that she carries around, but also a weight that's been lifted off her shoulders. So she kind of feels relieved that Jackie's gone in a weird way. And then, of course, there's like the baby, though, that's kind of a constant reminder of Jackie's well and what she did. So again, that sense of conflict that she feels. So she's going through very complex emotions this season. Yeah.